Hey, I'm Grant, and welcome to the State of the Channel for June 19th. So, this week's going to be kind of all over the place for me. Basically, I'm taking this kind of downtime between Dead Rising, Chop to Drop, and some other things to sort out some stuff on my end. So, the main thing that's going to be consistent this week is that podcast is still going to be coming out on Friday. So basically what I'm working on is, one, I need to sort out some technical issues with the podcast, and there's no easy way to do that other than to just produce these massive video files and then just see what goes wrong. And that's something with the podcast that I can't really fix it by just sitting down on a weekend and trying stuff, because I have issues like, say, my audio getting desynced that only shows up after I've been filming for like an hour. And it needs to be an hour of someone actually sitting there and talking so that I can see when they start getting out of sync. I can't just say, put my camera in a corner and see when it gets out of sync if nothing's happening. So I'm working on that to kind of get this whole process down, because again, I'm going to do 10 episodes of that podcast. So by the end of the 10th, the goal is everything should be workable and live. So that's one of my big goals. The other thing is, what I want to do next is I decided I want to do a Resident Evil 4 Let's Play. And the goal for this is I need some way to do bigger batch recordings and still be able to edit them. So what's been an issue in the past is it's very easy to get, once you get started, you have a lot of energy and I'll talk and da-da-da-da. But you can tell, especially with Dead Rising Chop to Drop, which is a game with not a lot of audio, it's Dead Rising, it's meant to be kind of like lonely. By the end of it, you just get kind of like tired, I don't talk as much, and I'm afraid if I do like a 4-hour recording session, I'm just going to have to be cutting more and more of the game because I'm not saying anything interesting or nothing is happening. But I want to figure out and give that a try, because that would let me kind of mass produce content a little bit better, because I'm working on a channel trailer. Because I'm actually reading this great book called Primal Branding, and that was, again, one of my goals for 2017 is to essentially make the channel kind of about something. And the idea of the channel's brand is very central to that. And right now, and I think I even have this in my description, one of the ideas for how I want to brand is really the YouTube channel. This channel was created as a way to drive new experiences. And that's really when I put up like the Let's Plays of Chop to Drop and stuff like that. That was the point, is it's not necessarily just me playing a game, it's I'm using this as a vehicle to go play this game I've always heard about but never had a chance to. And I'll be honest, like, what's great about doing the Let's Plays, or let's say what's bad, is it takes forever. It is a ton of editing and overhead where it'd be easier to sit down and play a game. What's great is because you have to sit and like do it in hour-long chunks and then edit it, you know like every single detail of that game. Like I know Dead Rising Chop to Drop very well because I essentially played it once but watched it about 4 or 5 times. So I think that'd be a great mix with, say, like Resident Evil 4, where I've always heard good things and wanted to play that game, but now I can actually sit down and really digest it. I'm looking forward to that. But I want to have a week off to kind of get a good amount of filming done. Like this week, unfortunately, I didn't have any time on the weekend to do too much of it. Like I really want to sit down and film like 8 hours worth. So that way I can just like any time of the day sit down and maybe edit 10 minutes and get it going. And I wasn't able to do that yet because I had to go help out with some like family members, of his Father's Day, all this other stuff. So I'm basically, again, I'm going to take this week. I want to basically work on some of the logistics of the channel, and I really want to hammer out a channel trailer, and I want to try writing a comedy short, but even though I understand the process of how to structure it, I still have this big issue of how do you come up with an idea, and how do I actually sit down and write that? So that's going to be a lot of stuff that's just kind of off camera, but I'm hoping to occasionally throw out 1 or 2 videos where it's just kind of me doing stuff. Like if you see the cooking video, I would love to keep doing stuff like that. Stuff that's like, for me to edit is just kind of a hop in, takes like 5 minutes to jump around, move the cursor, and do my selects, and then send it out. So then really the only issue is just making sure I actually film the thing. Like unfortunately, like I meant to cook some pizzas, and they were a total flop. Otherwise I would have put up a video for that. But I want to keep trying that too. I have all these little ideas I just want to get figured out this week, and I am looking forward to doing that. On another note is, I finally got, this is a little milestone, I actually got my proper Twitter handle name. In the past, I think it was like Taken FOR_ Grant D, which didn't really work. Whereas now I have the actual Taken, the number 4, Grant D, which is my actual YouTube name and my gamertag name. Again, branding. And it's just a small little thing, but I always knew like I can't really on the podcast describe what my Twitter handle was because I was never really sure and it never really fit. And it was a nice little thing. I just glanced one day, it's like, I should check if that freed up, and I was so happy when it is. So as always, you can message me over on Twitter on the new handle, and I will see you guys next week.